Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you a reading for, okay, so this is not going to be your typical general weekly reading. They're saying this is going to be a love reading. It's going to be specific for twin flames. The energies of this reading will go through the end of September. And if you happen to come across this video, say this pops up in your feed and starts playing for you in January of 2019. Whenever you hear this message, that is when it is applicable to you. So the energies will be at play for approximately 1 month after you hear this reading. Because the thing to keep in mind with twin flames is there's multiple waves of union and things happening. So these messages, depending upon what wave and where you are in your journey, for some of you, this just isn't going to be applicable this time, which is why some of you may stumble upon this message, this reading, 2, 3, 4, 6 months from now. That is when the messages are for you. So take that at will, but this will run for those of you that are guided to listen to this. This is going to be at play for now through the end of September. So welcome for those of you that are new to the channel. Glad to have you here. When I prayed and shuffled the cards, I did ask that everyone receives at least one message. So hopefully that will be the case. Again, they are saying this is a twin flame feminine specific message. So you should all find hopefully something in here. For those of you that are subscribers, thank you for subscribing. For those of you that are not subscribers, you may want to go ahead and subscribe. When we do reach 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to randomly pick a few people to do free readings for you. I am not yet doing private readings and private sessions yet. Retirement is near. Continue to have some patience with me. Thank you for all of your patience during this time of transformation for me. It's been a pretty intense last 3-4 weeks. So we are nearing the end, so hang in there. I should hopefully be able to do some personal private readings and sessions soon, and I will announce when I'm doing that in the readings. So just stay tuned and you'll get that information in the readings. So let's go ahead and get started. We're using a few different decks today. I will actually just type them up in the bottom because we're using, okay. So what I will do is I will just type up the names of the cards in the information box. So there's that little information box below. Just check that out and you'll be able to read what the decks of cards are that we're using today. Okay. This is going to be fun. Oh boy. They've got all types of cards. They've got a game plan. And we'll figure out what they want and get started. And hopefully you all are doing well. For those of you that celebrated Labor Day, hopefully you had a great Labor Day weekend. Enjoyed your time. And these, okay. And don't worry, if you can't see the cards, I will shift them momentarily so that you can see them. Okay, it looks like we can move them all down a bit. So what we have, these 3 cards that are at the bottom, that would be the foundation, the basis of the situation. And excellent, you can see them all, good. So we have the foundation, the basis of the situation. You know, what is it that's going on? And let me move Miss Allie. Hi, baby girl. Okay, we don't want to sit on the puppy dogs, okay. So now she'll nap behind me. That'll be good. No barking. So the foundation, the basis of the situation. Then you have the, you know, what it is that is challenging you or blocking you or keeping you from moving forward. And then last we have what the angels are recommending that you do. And order to move forward, get things going. And we always want that. You know, we don't just want to be told what the situation is. We know what the situation is. We want to know, how do we get out of this situation? How do we get things moving? How do we get to that happy, joyful state? You know, that's what we need to know. So you will find that in these readings, the angels will always come through and give some recommendations to help you. It is your free will. You can do what you choose or not choose to do, but they will give you recommendations to help you. That's the nice thing with working with the angels. And as those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that Archangel Michael is my primary guide. Jesus comes in a lot. But the angels will always give, they won't just tell you. I mean, yes, they can tell you what's going to happen, and they do. But they also give guidance to, you know, how can you improve things? You know, how can you make things go a little smoother, a little swifter? You know, what is the lesson you're to learn in this? It's not just hey, here's what's going to happen. You're going to meet your dream boat, and you're going to come together at this time and yay, get married and have the white picket fence. But they'll say that, hey, you know, you're going to get this degree and you're going to learn this and you're going to start a business and you're going to help people this way. So it is nice that they provide that for us. So they do have recommendations for you. Okay, so this is, for those of you that have been asking for a while, this is a divine feminine twin flame specific message. We have the man, the well, and the magnifying glass. Now, it's interesting because these two cards are very similar in the way that it's about taking a closer look, because the wishing well, it's all about, you know, wishes coming true, but it's also about deep healing, like, you know, digging deep, because you've got to drop this bucket real deep to pull up that pristine water, to refresh yourself, to renew yourself, to cleanse yourself. But you got to dig deep. You can't just drop that bucket 2 feet down and suddenly it comes up full of water. No, you got to dig deep. It's about deep healing. It's about digging deep, looking at our deepest secrets, our deepest secret desires and wishes. And then it's also about knowing that these desires, these wishes, these hopes and dreams that we have, they will only be granted if we do that deep work, if we dig deep, if we do that deep healing. You know, this is a twin flame relationships. Twin flame relationships, they don't come easy, as you all well know. It's not, I suddenly met my dreamboat, he's my other half, and yay, we were together right out the gate and married and living the dream. It's because twins are here for a very unique journey. There's a lot of healing that happens for both of you. There's a lot of healing that you do to help others heal. But this reminds us that we have to do that work. Yes, our dreams will come true, but after we do the work. It's also, which is interesting that these two are by each other, because this is also about taking a deeper look at an issue. And it can sometimes warn us, you know, be careful what you wish for. But that's not something you have to worry about in this instance. But look at things, and you've got it right next to this magnifying glass. The magnifying glass is really take a closer look, because you don't have the clarity, you don't have all the details, you don't know everything. It's definitely about love. You see there's this Jack of Hearts in this heart, which is indicative of him. Now the Jack of Hearts, when you're looking at the heart suit, give me 1 second, I'm gonna get a sip of water. It's a rainy day here in Ohio. You might get to hear the rain outside. You might even get to hear my Bali chimes. Enjoy. The heart suit. So the Jack of Hearts, he's not the King of Hearts. He is not emotionally matured. He's still immature. He will go out and offer his cup of love to whomever's there because he doesn't want to be alone. He needs to have that company. He needs to have that sexual gratification. He, you know, just doesn't want to be alone because maybe he still has things deeply that he has to heal. He's not become the King of Cups, where he is emotionally mature, where he offers his cup of love to his queen. He knows what he wants. He goes for what he wants. He is committed to what he wants. He puts in the work. That's what a king does. A Jack doesn't do that because he's not matured to that level yet. We're going to pull some other cards real quick before we start talking about him. Because for some of you, he has been what has appeared to you the Jack of Hearts, because there has been another woman or multiple other women, and there are things that you are not aware of. There are some things that are not as they seem. So for some of you think, oh, he's freaking Casanova. He's out there hooking up. One more. Okay. Out there hooking up with all these ladies. Oh my gosh. He's this immature Jack. We'll let you finish that. And he's never going to be committed. He's never going to do this, yada, yada, yada. We have to release that cycle in our cycle of thoughts in our mind. But again, magnifying glasses, the things aren't what they seem. You know, there's something you haven't seen. Take a closer look at it. The magnifying glass can also be about being preoccupied. So for some of you, you have been so busy because there is, in fact, a chapter in your life that is closing in order for this chapter in love to open up. You have been so focused on the chapter that's closing that you haven't really cared about love. You're like, well, what? Okay, I don't have any time for that. I am laser light focused. I am preoccupied with what I am dealing with. I don't have time for any of that. But it can also be indicative of overthinking. But the interesting thing is this magnifying glass is not overthinking about him. Many of you have been overthinking about everything else. You see, what the magnifying glass has magnified, it does have these two lovebirds, this bee, it's got all this other stuff. So for many of you, you just have been way too preoccupied with many other things. Now they're saying for some of you that are watching this at an early time, that's so there's these waves of people that are coming to union. Their twin flames are coming into union at this point. They're just going to continue. Massive groups of them coming into union for quite some time. They are applauding you because most of you are out of that stage where you just sit and focus on him all the time, which is good. But they are saying there are a few of you that are listening to this message where you are still laser light focused on him, and you need to release that. Stop doing that. We'll go over a little bit more when we get up here, because that keeps us stuck. But they are saying most of you have realized that. You have come to that point, and the interesting thing with the magnifying glass, so like the way this works is whatever's to the left of the magnifying glass is what things seem like. It's not what they really are, but what they seem like. And then whatever's to the right of the magnifying glass is, you know, what it is that will be discovered and or illuminated after you take a closer look at the situation. So you are at this point taking a closer look at the situation. That's a good thing. That's a very, very good thing. So you have the ship, the compass, the mask, and the lady. Now the ship, all about taking a journey, taking a trip, and it's also changes in our life journey. If you notice, the ship is going in a different direction. It's going away from him. Then you have the compass. And the compass is there to help us find our way. It will also help us make a choice in there. You are at a point of making a choice. You've got all these twos. You've got 2, you've got 22, you've got 44, boils down to 22. Twos are really indicative of a choice. The time has come for you to make a choice, ladies. And the time has come for you to make a choice to have an about face, go in a new direction. Go in your true north. Go in the direction that you desired. Go in the direction that you are meant to go in. Then you have this mask. And you know, masks, you know, it's all about polar opposites. It can be because at one point you're just totally all focused about him, and now you're looking to move your life in a new direction. But it can also be about the truth or having things disguised and hidden. Again, polar opposites. Which choice? Which side? But it can also be about the need to assume a different role. So in order to move your journey forward, it does require you making the choice to move forward. Moving in that new direction. Now, I know I can hear some of you already. Your feathers are getting ruffled up. You got your hair sticking up on the back of your neck. You're like, Nicole, I can't give up on him. This isn't giving up on someone. This is the giving up the need to control, giving up the need of sitting and waiting. Now, most of you, your life has not been on hold for him because, again, you've been focused on other things. Many of you have been focused on something related to career or finances. Now, some of you have been focused on like a divorce, but majority of you have been focused on culminating, closing a chapter of your life. You are at that brink. For a number of you, that chapter will be closing this month. For some of you, it could go into next month, but for most of you, it will close this month. But you're at that point where you're like, okay, this chapter is about to close, so now I have to make a choice. What do I do? Do I continue to sit and wait on him because, okay, I've got the career, I've made the choice, I've started this new business of mine, I've changed careers, I'm at that point where I've closed that, I've got the new chapter of that, but now I'm ready to move forward in love. So what do? Do I sit here and wait for him? Or do I move forward? And most of you are making the decision to move forward. I mean, you are looking back like, okay, is he gonna catch up or not? Because my ship's sailing in that direction. He's still looking at the past. I'm still kind of looking at him. And well, where are we going? What's going to happen? What are we going to do? It is in your best interest to move in a new direction. We are going to cover why as we work our way through it. Because you are at this point where you are, because this is up to minds, you can have your emotional side, which is even shown in this yin yang. You can have the emotional side, but you can also have the logical side. So for many of you, you have been looking at this relationship. Yes, he is your dream come true. He is your wishes come true. But you have done a lot of healing for your heart. You've done a lot of healing for your soul. You are being congratulated on that because that is key. Many of you, even this chapter that you're closing, in order for you to have had the strength to close this chapter, you had to get to that point where you stood up for yourself or you stood up for others. And in order to do that, you had to regain that confidence in yourself. You had to regain that value, that worth of knowing, you know what, I'm worthy of more. I do not deserve this. They do not deserve this. I'm going to stand up and be the champion for us. I'm going to stand up and be the champion for myself. I'm going to set healthy boundaries because I'm not going to tolerate this. This does not work for me. This toxic situation doesn't work. This relationship, this work relationship, I mean, it doesn't have to be, for many of you, there are some of you who are going through divorce, but it could be business relationship, career. But you stood up because you remembered your value. You remembered you are a queen. You remember that you are worthy of so much more, that you do not have to and you should not tolerate the things and the situation that you had been in. So you have been going through this process to change things, to close that chapter. They are proud of you. That is good. You remembered you're amazing. But the thing is, in all things, be it work, be it family relationships, be it the relationship with your twin, it is imperative that you remember your value. Because you are very, very valuable. Okay. So, I hear you all. You're all you're really not pleased right now with what I'm saying, what they're saying about going in a new direction. But let's, they want to share a little more information about that. Okay. So, the time has come for you to make the choice to just start moving forward without him. No expectations, not holding on to anything. Now, I'm a little cat out of the bag. You are intended to end up with him. We'll cover some stuff at the end. But the thing is, do not focus on that. Do not wait on him. Do not slow your roll for him. It's time to put yourselves out there. It's time to date. It's time to flirt. If nothing else, I mean, most of you aren't going to have anything go anywhere with someone else, but that's going to help you feel better about yourself, feel more confident. Feel sexy and attractive again, because you are. Along the way, you have forgotten that. And along the way, because he has not come in your direction, and because he's chosen someone else, whatever that may be, you have felt rejected, which is why there's this heartbreak, heartache. We'll go over that. But you've not felt worthy of love. You haven't had that confidence. You need to get that back, ladies. It's time to get that back. And I know personally it's not an easy thing to do. I can say personally I haven't been interested in a man other than my twin for years until recently. It was interesting, about 3 years ago, G. Stark and Michael had come through and they had told me that, at some point, your twin's going to come back. And at that point, it's going to be your choice whether or not you take him back, because you will have another option at that point. And I thought, you all are crazy. I don't want anyone else. I don't ever want anyone else. And then, since then they've told me that, we're going to be bringing somebody else in. He'll be okay with knowing that you're deeply in love with someone else. But if your twin can't get on board and come in this direction, we are moving you in a new direction. We're working on him to get him to come in the direction, but he does have free will play. So this is going to happen. So interesting. And when they told me 3 years ago, they were telling me that how everything's going to play out, how it's going to be right at the brink of my retirement. I'm going to be retired, this other option, all these things are going to... So now I'm seeing all this play out. But recently, having met someone, that there is an interest in flirting it, but it just feels good. It boosts the confidence. It makes you feel well. And also just enjoying it. Not thinking of if something's going to happen, if something's not going to happen. Just enjoying the moment. Enjoying life. Not being focused on my twin. Not being focused on, okay, what's going to be the outcome. Just enjoying what is before me. Enjoying where I am. And that's where many of you, they're saying about 1/3 of you are there, which is good. The other 2/3 you need to get there, where you are just having fun. You're enjoying life again. Because if you think about it energetically, if you are in a stagnated state, because maybe you're frustrated because you're trying to finish closing this chapter, and you really want love, and you're thinking about how you don't have love, well, you're manifesting no love. That's what you're manifesting. And twins are mirrors of each other. So if you're not open to love, and you're not, so if you're not open to love, and you're not wanting to let love in, well, he's going to be having the same thing. He's not going to be open to love. He's not going to let love in. And also, if you look at it, because for some of you, you have been very frustrated because he's had a karmic partner that he hasn't closed the cycle with. And I use that loosely because we're going to cover karma a little bit here when we get up to these cards. Because there's some karma between you and your twin that still needs to be cleared and closed. But karma is an interesting... Karma is just, it can be good. It can be, as we look at negative, bad. But there's karma in everything. It's bringing things full circle, full cycle. So for some of you, you're frustrated that he is with a partner who does not value him, that does not appreciate him. Maybe this partner lies to him and manipulates him and deceives him, but he still keeps putting up with her shenanigans. And you're like, what the hell is wrong with him? You kind of want to grab him and shake him, like, what is wrong with you? You deserve so much more. Why are you tolerating this? Why don't you see your worth? You're amazing. You're worth so much more. Why do you put up with her? You aren't happy. You're miserable. You know she lies and manipulates. Why are you tolerating this? But at the same other side of the coin, why are you tolerating him not calling you? Why are you tolerating him not choosing you? You are mirrors of each other energetically. When you remember that you are a queen, when you remember that you have so much value, not saying that you don't love him, not saying that you're going to give up on him, not saying that you're ever going to stop loving him, because you're not. We never stop loving our twin, ever, ever, ever. Ever. Even if we meet someone else and we're flirting with someone else, or we start to date someone else, or for some of you, you've even gotten in serious relationships with someone else, you never stop loving your twin. You're not going to, but you do have to remember your value, because here's what happens energetically. And for those of you that are listening, who are my clients, or people who have been listening for a long time, and when I have said before, you have got to move on, period. What is meant for you will come back to you. And I'm not going to go into all the reasons. There are so many reasons why energetically, ladies, you've got to let go. And I know that there are divine feminines, that are masculine bodies, vice versa. Whoever's the divine feminine, twin flame, this message is for you. But You have to move forward. And I've said that a number of other times, and I know that there's a bunch of you out there that have listened. I know you cringed when I said it, and you're like, oh my gosh, Nicole, but you listened. And a number of you are in union now. So if any of you are hearing this and you'd like to share that, that'd be great, because the ones that are hearing this, they need to know why this is so important. So energetically, you're a queen. You are deserving of someone who's going to show you their affection. They're going to be honest and forthright with their feelings. They will choose you and no one but you. They will show their devotion. They will show their loyalty. That's what you are deserving of receiving. Your twin has not been giving you that at all. He hasn't even been honest with his feelings. You are deserving of more. You should not continue to sit staring longingly. I know my wishes will come true with him. I know I'm just going to sit and wait, because what's happening is that means you are accepting this union as it is. And it's not working for you as it is right now. So you've got to end it as it is right now. You have to close this cycle. No more tolerating him just gimping in and sending an email every once in a blue moon, or maybe every once in a blue moon calling. That's not acceptable. You are worthy of more. You are deserving of more. Ladies, you take the lead. In order to have him rise up and give you more, which he will do, if you break this cycle, and the only way you're going to break this cycle is to move in a new direction. Because when you remember your worth and you're like, I love him, but I don't love this the way it is. So I'm just moving forward with my life. I'm doing me. I'm not sitting pining on him anymore. I'm not going to sit here wondering what he's doing anymore. I'm not going to wonder who he's dating. I'm just going to focus on me. Because again, look at this magnifying glass. I'm not focused on the Jack of Hearts. I'm focused on my life. I'm focused on me. See this woman? There's a woman standing there. I am focused on me. Now, granted, I got a lot spinning in my head right now because I got to make a decision, but I am focusing on me. I'm not doing this anymore. I will not accept this the way this is anymore. I am pressing on. I am doing an about face. I'm one last time, one last moment looking back, but I'm moving in that new direction. New day, new dawn. But that's where the magic happens. As soon as you stop accepting this mediocrity, because that's what it is. I'm not saying your twin is mediocre. He's not. You guys are each other's other half. You sure as heck aren't mediocre. Neither is he. But you're accepting that. The moment you stop accepting that, guess what? See how he's looking in the past? He's going to stop accepting the stuff he's been tolerating with this karmic. The moment you stop and move in a new direction of, I'm not getting seconds, not being second best. I'm not your plan B or your plan C or your plan D anymore. I'm moving in a new direction. You have made your choice. I am making my choice. But you stop that cycle. Guess what? He's going to stop the cycle with his karmic. Because then you've remembered your value. I love you, but I'm not doing this like this anymore. I'm not going to have this type of relationship with you at all. Because a lot of you ladies have told him, you're in or you're not. He has, looking at it logically, because it's again balancing logic and emotions, logically, looking at things logically, taking a close logical look at it, he has shown you he is not all in. So now it's time for you to make the choice that, okay, well, he's not all in. I am moving in a new direction. I will not accept him if he's not all in, because I am worthy of so much more. And you have prayed and you've asked God, I would like you to bring me him all in, or something better, someone better. And let go of expectations and just start moving forward. And that's when miracles happen. Because you choose to do that. For those of you that this is a message for, this is not a, this is just really what you have to do to just also get other areas of your life moving. You just have to move forward with life. When you do that, he's going to stop focusing on this person that he's in a relationship with, or this person that he keeps boomeranging back and forth to and has been for years. He will immediately stop that, because he's going to remember that he's a king. I'm not tolerating this anymore. This doesn't work for me. No, I'm done. And that's when the magic happens. That is why you have to let go, ladies. But they are congratulating, because you are at that point. And that's what many of you are doing this month. You're doing this deep look. And if you haven't already started going in the new direction, dipping your toe in, meeting new people, getting out of your shell, having fun, because a number of you have not yet, but you will this month, that is going to bring about miracles and changes. Now, the interesting thing is, see how he's like focused on the past. He really wants his dreams to come true. He wants those things. While you have been focused on life and everything's going on, he has been focused trying to make things work with this. For some of you, now there are some of you where your twin's not been in another relationship. He's just been focused on work and he's not wanted to deal with love and such because he's had to do some healing. But for a large number of you, he has been in a relationship with someone that is not the person intended for him, not his meant to be. Or there could have been multiples or trying to end it with multiples, but he's got this relationship or two or whatever. It's not been working. He's tried and 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 tried to make it work. But guess what? He's not looking. He's taking that closer look at things because the beautiful thing with twins is when you do healing, it heals your twin and vice versa. In this journey, the Divine Feminine, you have been doing a lot of healing because you awaken first. And that has done a tremendous amount of healing for him. There are some things that he has to heal on his own, and he has been working on that healing. As he has been doing that deep healing, he's been digging deep, healing these things, he has started to realize, I thought that this person, I thought that they would fulfill my heart. I thought that they would bring me happiness. But I'm realizing that that's not it. I'm realizing that I need to go in a new direction because my true north, where I truly belong, I need to move away from her and move in the direction of her. This card is also about unveiling our feelings, our emotions. So for a number of you, he, during this time, is going to finish his deep, close look, really delving in and looking at things, because you see he's stuck between two pillars. Here's like this bee stuck between two birds. He's going to make a choice this month. For a number of you, it's going to be this month. Some of you could go into extend a little bit longer than that, but he's going to be making this choice. Do I stop this insanity? Because it really is insanity, because he has been trying over and over and over and over to make this work. Despite the fact that it doesn't work, despite the fact that he's miserable, despite the fact that it's one-sided, he has tried and tried, but he's done some healing. He's been digging deep. The angels are congratulating him as well. But with his digging deep, he's now using his logical, which men are typically logical anyhow, but he was wound up in some emotions, really trying hard. And some he was having his emotions manipulated. But he's now looking at it close and he's like, this isn't what's going to make my dreams come true. This is not going to work for me. I'm not doing this anymore. I am moving in a new direction. My true north is her. But in order to get with her, I have been hiding my feelings. I have been hiding my emotions. I have not shared with her how I truly feel. So I'm going to do an about face and be honest with her. I'm going to open my mouth and speak. I'm going to communicate now. But you'll notice these two things happen simultaneously. You looking close and saying, I'm pressing on. Pressing on. I'm doing me. I'm loving my life again. I'm getting out there again. Get my groove back again. I'm remembering my awesomeness. I'm having fun. I'm laughing. I'm seeing friends. I am enjoying life again. He remembers his worth. All of a sudden, he's like, oh my gosh, I'm letting that go. I'm going to come in her direction and communicate with her that I'm in love with her. But the one doesn't happen before the other. Number one, ladies, you need to move in your new direction. So, why are you stuck? I think they pretty much covered all that. You have Queen of Cups. This is you. This is sensitivity. Queen of Cups. She is someone who, she opens her feelings. She expresses her feelings. She honors her feelings. The thing is, you have not been honoring yourself. If you see, she is in this shell. You've just been in your shell. She's got her hand up over her heart. She's protected. She's looking the future like, I want to move into the future, but I'm afraid I don't want to move into the future alone. I don't want to be without him. I don't want to be without my king. But, you know, I'm not going to be open to anyone else. I'm just going to stay here focused. Because what you've been focused on now is the dynamics now between your twin don't work. They're not going to work. The cycle has to change. Staying focused how it is now, it's not going to work. You have to end that cycle. But you're in your shell, you're closed off, you're not open up emotionally. You're also not honoring, again, your feelings. You're a queen. You deserve your king to step up and be your king. You are more deserving than a jack of hearts. You are deserving of the king of hearts, your equal. You have heartache, and of course this is broken heart, heartache, but this is, many of you notice there's 3 swords. You felt rejected because he chose someone over you. And because of that, that broke your heart. That hurt you deeply. You are not with him. For some of you, he did betray your trust. You thought, oh my gosh, of all the people, I never thought he would do this to me. Doesn't he know this connection? I mean, is this made up in my head? This is a deep connection, but he appears to be oblivious to it. It broke your heart that he chose someone else. You also have broken heart again. So many of you are just stuck because your heart still needs to have a little bit of final healing. This is about healing our hearts after a very tremendous loss, a big loss, grieving something. You've been grieving the loss of him. But this is also about venting our feelings, releasing those feelings of frustration. So for some of you, you are stuck because you need to have a big ugly cry. Ugly cry, sobbing, tears coming out, got some snot running out. Just get a pile of tissues and just start crying and just let it come out, because it's got to come out. He hurt you. He broke your heart. It hurt. You have to let it out. You have to cry. You'll feel better after you do. Some of you need to do a forgiveness letter for your twin. And you need to write the letter. And you need to write everything in there. The good, the bad, the ugly. Write everything in there. And at the end, I'll put the little statement in the information box below, but at the end, you've got to put this little statement in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pray, and you're going to ask God and Jesus. And Jesus is very important to twin flames. And I won't go into that today, but he's very important with twin flames. And then you're also going to ask the angels, your team, to come and help you release all this hurt, anger, sorrow, heartbreak, disappointment, feelings of rejection, everything that you have had with him that is not of love. Ask that they help you to release that immediately so that that chapter is closed. And then you rip it and you burn it and you dump the ashes out. Because what that's going to do is that's going to, you see, this is the sun. She's taking a bath. She's taking kind of like a bird bath. But releasing that, you can't go from the chapter of the way things are without releasing it, coming out of your shell, opening up your heart again. The sun, this is all about a new beginning. But by doing this release, you're cleansing yourself of everything that's happened between the two of you, because you don't want to have a new beginning with each other, still holding on to that. And as twin flames, he's not going to come in your direction anyhow if you're still harboring all those feelings, because you have telepathic communications. And typically the way it works is the divine masculine will hear your thoughts telepathically before you start hearing theirs. Typically, divine feminine, you will feel him before he feels you. But he hears you before you hear him. And years ago, I got physical confirmation of that from my twin, because he had said to me one day, you're really mad at me a lot. And I'm like, because I'd never expressed anger with him physically. And he's like, yeah, I hear your thoughts. You're really pissed off. You're really angry with me. I'm like, yeah, I am. You know that? So, ladies, he's hearing your thoughts. You're not hiding anything from him. So energetically, if you're harboring onto this heartache, and he hurt me, and he broke my heart, how could he do this to me? How did he betray me? Why would he choose her over me? He's picking up on that. He's not going to come in your direction. You need to let that go. Would you move in the direction of someone who's holding on to the things that you'd done to them in the past before they realized the connection you had? So say you were in a relationship with someone, shoes on the other foot. Say you hurt that person deeply. You didn't know what your connection was. You were still learning, you were still growing. So, and you felt this intense connection and it kind of freaked you out. So you went a direction with someone else because you're like, I'm not ready to deal with all that. I'm feeling stuff I shouldn't be feeling. I'm expressing some thoughts and emotions I would never express to anyone. I'm kind of freaked out by this. I'm going to go in a new direction because I'm going to punt kick that person away. And then you healed and you grew and you realized that's the one. That's my true north. Oh my God, how do I fix this? But then you're telepathically getting from that person how upset they are and how much you hurt them. Then you're going to think, well, I'm defeated before I even try. Why try? They're not going to give me a chance. I have damaged this beyond repair. So I'll just keep going in this horrible direction that I'm in. They're not going to accept me. They're not going to take me back. Ladies, you've got to release that. Oh, there goes the Yorkies. Ladies, shh. Come here. Let's snuggle and do a reading. Come on. But you're not going to go in the direction. You're gonna shy away from that. And that's what's going on because he's hearing your thoughts. Oh, do you want to show them your dress? All right. Okay, get a Yorkie moment. Say hello. Can you see her? I don't even know. Okay. But they're not going to come in direction. They're picking up on all this baggage from the past. You need to release that. That's got you stuck. You just need to take a little bird bath and just let it all go. Wash it all away. This card's also about new beginnings. So you're at this point of having this fresh new beginning in all areas of life. To have this new beginning, you just have to let everything go. You see how she's got things hanging all over. She's got this baby. She's got these birds. She's got this fish. She's got this book and this trombone. She's got all these different things. But she doesn't have anything with her except for paint. And her brushes are over here. So your team has gotten you to this moment. You're at the brink of a new dawn, a new day, a new beginning, a fresh start. Hold on 1 second. Let's get the other Yorkie. She wants up here too. But you're there. God, the angels, they've lined up this new start for you. The cog in the wheel that's got you stuck is this stuff you need to let go of. You just need to bathe it, wash it all off, get it all off. Let it go. The other, they're also saying for some of you that the thing with releasing that is some of you just forgiveness, some of you it's going to be both these things. So for others of you, it will be okay, get a piece of paper and on one side of the piece of paper say, okay, I want to let go of the following things. I want to let go of my heartbreak, my frustration, my disappointment, yada, 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 with your twin. And for some of you, it's even things that you've held on to with this transition you've been going through with work, your business, even for some of you, family, conflict. You want to let go of all that junk too. On the other side of the piece of paper, and maybe you need 3 or 4 pieces of paper, where one side you got, here's all this junk I want to be cleansed of, I want to be free of. And on the other side of the paper, put what's going to fill that space. You know, I'm letting go of my broken heart because, on the other side of the paper, because I want my heart to be filled with love, unconditional love. I'm letting go of my disappointment, my frustration with my twin, and on the other side, because I want to be in physical union in a mutually beneficial relationship that is filled with unconditional love. So whatever it is, I'm letting this stuff go, flip to the other side, because this is what I'm bringing in. Notice she has paintbrushes, she has paint. You need to sit down and define, what do you want? So that's why for some of you it's going to be powerful to do this exercise where on one side of the paper you put what you are letting go of. On the other side, put what is replacing it, what you are going to be bringing in instead. I'm letting this chapter go because I'm bringing in this awesomeness. Write it down and then pray. Ask God, ask Jesus, ask the angels, ask your whole divine team. I need you all. Come in right now. Help me release the following things. Read it all out loud. In order for me to bring in the following. Read everything on the other side. Then when you are done, you will rip it. The reason you rip these letters is because what that does is that breaks the energetic cords and ties to the past. That karma, because karma is not just karmic relationships. Karma is anything energetic. You need to let go of the energetic karma, the heartbreak, the sorrow, the sadness, the grief, the disappointment, the sense of betrayal. You have to let that karma go. You have to break those ties. Done. When you rip the paper, that is breaking that cycle. Then what happens? Energy is energy. You know, 1 minute you can be angry. You're going to have an emotion. Just what emotion are you going to have? If you're angry, you want to change and transmute that to happiness. So you can have anger or you can have happiness, but you can't have both at the same time. So what happens when we burn this paper after that is it transmutes that. So if you think of it like energy, you transmute your energy from being angry to being happy. You transmute your energy from being heartbroken to being joyful and having your heart open for your new beginnings. So after you rip it and you break those ties, you burn that bad boy, because burning it, the flame, is what transmutes things. That will get rid of the old for the new to come in. And then after you burn it, and collect the ashes while you're burning. I typically collect mine in a pan, because then what you're going to do is you're going to dump it outside. I typically go out to a little grassy area and I dump it. What you will find is it'll be a nice clear day where there won't be any bit of wind. The moment you dump those ashes, be prepared to turn another direction, because they will likely get blown up in your eyes. There can be zero wind. The moment you flip that and dump those ashes, a gust of wind will come and pick those ashes up. That's your divine team telling you, we've got this. It's gone. You don't have to carry this around anymore. We've got it. You don't have to stay in the shell anymore, sweetie. You can open your heart back up. You can step out of your shell. The time has come. The time's come for your new beginning. We don't want you here anymore. We want you there. That's where you need to be. You will get there by washing away the old. And this yin-yang, what this is all about cycles. They've been talking about cycles the whole time. This is a cycle you have been in with your twin. It's time to break that cycle to have your new beginning. These, again, cards are about, why are you stuck? What is your challenge? Your challenge is to break the cycle. Now, for some of you, there is something a little bit deeper to this waiting. So for some of you, you have some recent past lives with your twin where you were waiting for him, where you had put your life on hold. So, I take my twin on, our most recent life. He had gone, he'd gotten severely injured in war. He came home, he pushed me away thinking, okay, she'll go marry someone else and she'll have a family with him, because, you know, he didn't feel capable, because he had a lot of physical ailments and such because of what had happened to him during the shrapnel and all types of stuff, mustard gas and all types of things. So he thought, well, I'm going to push her away because I'm not capable. I can't give her this family that we desire. I'm not physically able to do this, so I'm going to push her away. Even though I deeply loved him, didn't care about that, just want to have a relationship. But in his eyes, he's like, I want her to have happiness. I want her to have a family. I want her to have those things. So I'm going to push her away and divorce, and that way she'll get it with someone else. Well, then what happened is, you know, in his eyes, he's doing the right thing. My eyes, I loved and wanted to be with him. So I lived the rest of my life in a monastery, but I never took the oath as a nun, because I didn't feel I was worthy of that. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm not worthy of my husband's love, and he doesn't want me, well, then I'm not worthy to be a nun. So I spent the rest of my life taking care of kids and doing that, putting my life on hold. So fast forward in this life, and there's the same cycle. Karmically, he's not felt that he is worthy, which is why he's continued to tolerate shenanigan relationships that he shouldn't tolerate. I have not felt worthy and stayed stuck and not moved forward, step into my power, and then that's a vicious cycle that has to stop. That cycle stops when I started moving forward. Remembered I'm a queen. And then guess what? Magically he remembers he's a king. And that fixes everything. So some of you, there is this karmic cycle from past lives that will be broken when you start journeying forward. You journey forward, he starts journeying forward. And it's beautiful. Wonderful things happen. But it's all on you, ladies, and you are at that point of new beginning. Now, what the angels are recommending, in addition to the homework they've already given you, you have chop wood. This is all about focusing on your day-to-day tasks. Focus on the things you need to do. Don't focus on him. Don't worry about when, who, what, where. Just focus on cleaning your house. Focus on releasing these things. Do your release exercises. Do your visualizations. You know, what is it that I want to create now? I've got this paintbrush. I've got this whole easel of paint. What exactly? I got this beautiful canvas. What do I want to create? Start visualizing that. Clean house, though. Get rid of all that clutter that's holding it out. Get rid of everything that doesn't serve you. Even some of you sprinkling your house, because energetically you've got some stuff in your house you need to get rid of. But just start cleaning your house. Just start focusing on you. Do your day-to-day tasks. Get that broom. Get rid of the stuff that's not good for you. Step into your feminine energy. This is the yin, the feminine energy. Yin is all about being receptive. Because some of you are going to be like, oh, should I send him an email? And some of you over time you've asked, oh, should I email him? Should I reach out? No, do not reach out to him. Do not call him. You are the divine feminine. Females, the yin energy, that divine feminine energy is the receptive energy. You are to wait for him to make the move. You are to wait, let him take charge. Let him make the move. You don't do anything. You step into your feminine, receptive energy. And even if you look at our bodies biologically, the masculine is the giver, the female is the receiver. Step into your female energy. I know there's same sex. I know there's divine masculine that are divine feminine, that are masculine bodies, vice versa. Those of you listening to this, you are the divine feminine energy. You are the receptive one. It is time for you to stop trying to force this and stop trying to force anything and just allow things to unfold. Just be open to receiving and do not take any action. Let them do it. And you need to be at peace for whatever happens. This is the peace card. It's about acceptance. You know what? I've looked at this logically. I accept it for what it is. Love him. God, Jesus, angels, I would like him or something better, but I will be here for whatever you bring me. And I'm going to move forward with total, complete acceptance. I am going to be completely free of all attachment. I am not attached to any particular outcome. I am just ready to receive some miracles. So it's time for you to bring them in. Because look at me, I got my cup ready. I'm ready to receive all that you have to bring me. Do not put God in a box. When we start envisioning who, what, when, how, where, we're putting God in a box. And maybe the way things are going to come about are not the way you plan. I'll be honest, twin flames are intended to come together. There will be a tiny, tiny, tiny number that won't. But the majority, we're intended to come together between now and the end of 2019. That's how it's intended to happen. You got a whole divine team working to make that happen. But you need to stop focusing on that. You need to be at total acceptance of whatever God brings you. And if God brings you a new partner to help set you on fire again and have fun and enjoy life and remember how amazing you are, you just go with it. Because maybe God's not going to bring your twin straight into you because maybe you forgot how amazing you are. Maybe you forgot you're sexy and you're beautiful and you can light up a room. But in order for your twin to come back to you because you want that spark, that energy, you've got to get your spark back first. You know, she's got the spark. You need your spark first. So maybe what God's going to do is going to bring you somebody else to help light you on fire. Remember that you're spectacular. And then when you remember that, then God will bring him back. God's not going to bring him back until you remember that. So it's not going to go how you think, and that's okay. God's plan is better than your plan. But if you let go, if you relinquish control and you let God deal with it, you'll be so thankful that you did. So do that. Be at peace. Do not have expectations. Do not have attachments. And just sit back and wait until your egg hatches. Some of you are going to even be receiving communications in the very near future. He'll be bringing an olive branch. But for majority of you, you're just going to be sitting back, waiting until your egg hatches. Because you see there's something in there about to be birthed. You got your canvas. You got your brushes. You got trees. You're all ready. Visualize what you want, and then just wait. Wait to see what magical stuff's going to arrive. I mean, look at all these hearts. You got these stars. The clouds are clearing. Oh my gosh. All you need to do is just let it come in. Let it come in. Continue to listen to your intuition. Some of you feel as though you have been going in circles. You look, it's almost like she's connected all these doilies and turned it into a robe. Some of you feel like you've been knitting and knitting and knitting. You're just like, oh, I'm just going in circles. I'm just doing circular doilies. Nothing's going anywhere. But once you step back and get a bigger look at the big picture, look at this. You've created an entire robe that covers your full body. Whole time you were focused, I'm just going in circles. I'm just going in circles. Oh God, why are you just sending me in circles all the time? When am I ever going to get out of going in circles? But intuitively, you keep being told, no, you're going to keep knitting in a circle, sweetheart. Keep listening to your intuition. Keep listening to that inner knowing. The clouds are about to clear. You see she's illuminating this candle. Again, it's a twin flame message. You are going to see big picture. You see you've got all these shooting stars. Many of you have been in a place where things have not been clear. You do not know the truth. You don't even know the truth of his feelings. Some of you don't even know really the truth of what's been going on with this. Because for some of you, this person has intentionally kept him trapped and you don't even know those details. But there's things you don't know. But a lot of that's going to be coming to light. But until it comes to light, because you see it's still starry nighttime. The sun hasn't popped up yet. It's still nighttime. She's having to light a candle so that she can see through the darkness. You are being divinely guided through this darkness, through this time of uncertainty, not having clarity, and it's okay. Just keep trusting, keep going. You are not wasting your time spinning in circles. You are creating something beautiful. Something you're going to be able to wrap yourself up entirely, and it's just going to warm you. Keep listening, keep going. And if you're being guided to just move in a new direction, which is what you are, those of you that this message is for, is what you're being guided to do. Trust it, because doing that is what's going to bring in all these shooting stars. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like, okay, I'm going to have to step out of this shell. I'm looking to the future. I keep hearing you, God. I keep hearing Jesus. I keep hearing the angels. I need to venture off on my own. I need to step out of this shell. I need to open my heart. I need to move in that direction. But I'm just so afraid. What if things don't work out like I want? What if things don't happen? And why do you keep telling me to do that? If you just trust and what they're guiding you to do, they'll bring in all this magic. See all these shooting stars? You're not going to have just one miracle. You're not going to have your twin just come back. Many of you are going to start an extremely successful business. You're going to move into a career that is so rewarding. I mean, just lights your heart and your soul on fire. It really fulfills you, because those of you that have been closing a chapter at work, trying to change jobs or start business, you haven't been fulfilled in that career in a very long time. So they're not just one shooting star. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, actually 11. You have multiple miracles coming in. Keep trusting your guidance, okay? Even when it seems dark, even when it seems bleak, keep trusting. And you also need to keep a very positive, optimistic outlook. The card says, see the good in everything. You see she's looking up to the sun. You notice in all these cards, she's by herself. This part of the leg is on your own. It's okay. It's all right. Because you're not alone. You're divinely guided. But she's focused on the sun. She's thankful for everything that she has. But look at all these beautiful flowers coming in. Be focused on the positive. Be in a state of gratitude. And that's all you need to do. And what they want me to, I'm going to remove these for a moment. But they want you to still be able to see them. So, I know it's not easy to move in a direction, because I, like all of you, we are all in this journey together. And oftentimes, we are guided to do things that just make zero sense. But we still have to do them. So they were having me pull the bottom cards of some of these decks. We're going to uncover those real quick. And they also had me shuffle into, if you've ever used the Lover's Oracle, oh my gosh, it's the most difficult deck ever. So, let's see here. Want these. Okay. One second while they tell me what they want where. Okay. So, bottom of the decks. For some of you, you know, that one card had the dove bringing in an olive branch. Some of you are going to be getting communication. Again, for a large number of you, you do have this chapter that's closing this month. So for some of you, this message in a bottle that you're going to be receiving, you're going to be receiving the news this month that's going to finally close that chapter. Could be a verdict, could be the determination, some of you it's a judgment, whatever it is, you're going to be receiving news and information on that, which is why that's going to finally close that chapter. This is kind of like a champagne bottle. Some of you are going to be celebrating the closure of that. That's a beautiful thing. For a small number of you, you will be hearing from your twin this month. Most of you, though, it's going to be a chapter that closes this month, and you'll hear from him in October, November. Because you've got to first do this heading in that new direction. But then look, this is your outcome. Cornucopia, this is beautiful. This is blessings. It's a number 11. It's everything that you want coming in. Assessing your relationship, letting go of resentment, anger, heartbreak, accepting challenges, changing your direction. And for the divine masculine that are, the reason we're going to pull some cards from you because there's some of you that are cross-watching. Letting go of control, stop complaining, focus on your healing, accept the synchronicity, and move in a new direction. Take your key to someone else, opening up to a new home, a new door. And let's see here. And it has come to a time of choice. Now they want me, let me see if I can get this book real quick. Because they want me to read a part of this book for you. So in the bottom of this deck, the Angel Tarot, we have the Judgment card. And it's the Angel of the Past. And this is like your overall outcome for this reading. The Angel of the Past evokes the Last Judgment, when souls were called for reckoning. The angel uses a trumpet to blow a judgment call, a spiritual awakening. It's time to wake up to who we truly are and to assess our past actions. The dolphins leaping from the water are our past selves, or people or situations returning as memories. Number 20, judgment reduces to 2, the number of balance and decisions. The affirmation related to this card is I forgive. Ladies, it is time to forgive the past. For those of you, Divine Masculine, who are cross-watching, you also need to forgive the past. Because both of you are holding on to something that needs to be forgiven. So if you've been cross-watching, listening to this whole thing, it would behoove you to do some forgiveness letters as well. So that you're ready. Because this is about love, divine love. But it's time to make the choice to go in that direction. Now, these little heart cards that I've got. Let's do cross watchers first. So gents, my masculine, since there are, oh great, I mixed them all up. Okay. So you've been listening to this whole thing. What God, the angels want you to know. No, that's this one. Okay. Their message is here. So this is what your divine feminine, what your twin, what she wants you to know. First card you have is balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So for some of you, she wants you to know, some of you are fearful of coming in her direction because you have been in relationships. You've tried to force and push relationships work where it was truly indeed one-sided. It was always out of balance because you were always giving. So now you are contemplating going in her direction. You are fearful. Well, what if it's out of balance? The thing for you to remember is you are twins. Where is my yin yang card? It will be in complete balance. You will not be the only one giving all the time. You will finally be in a relationship where it is reciprocated. It is not a one-way street. So you do not have anything to fear. Next card. Again, these 4 messages are what she would like you to know. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. Some of you are still upset about things that have been falling away in your life. And the reason why things have been falling away is because it's making way for the new. But you have had difficulties letting things go, just as she's had difficulties letting things go. But she has released a lot of the stuff that you are at this point releasing. Exes, lovers, even some of you are looking at careers, which that's for some of you not just yet. Because for some of you, even like a career change is not happening, which is the next message. But just let the things that aren't meant to be fall away. For some of you, they're saying like you have a relationship that you've been trying to end. So, you know, the person doesn't want you to end it. They're trying to keep you, control you, keep you in it, keep you in this bondage. And for some of you, you have been upset that you have to end this. So you've allowed yourself to continue to stay stuck. But you're remembering you're the king now. So it's time to finally cut those ties. And some of you haven't cut those ties because you've also felt bad. But others, you haven't done it because you're just like, why do I feel like all of this is falling away? And I have no control. I have no say. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I try, it's just falling away. And it doesn't just have to be relationships. It can be, you know, friends, activities, things that you used to enjoy. But in order for God to bring in the new, you have to let the old fall away. So in order for God to bring in her, this relationship that will fulfill you, will bring you true happiness, no longer having to fake it till you make it, and also where she's going to do for you, just as you do for her, you have to release the old person or old people. Also, when it comes to jobs and career and activities and things that you used to enjoy, those things are falling away so that you can be brought something that's going to fulfill you. And for a number of things, she's already lost. They're saying, so be it hobbies, friends, things that are falling away because you don't resonate with them anymore. Doesn't mean they're bad people. Doesn't mean you're bad people. It just means you're different. You've grown apart. Your soul is longing for something different. So these things are falling away so that you can bring in new because you only have so much time. She has already gone through that. She knows it's not easy. But she's encouraging you to just trust and let it fall away. Because when you stop fighting it and you let it fall away, things do get better. They really do. Next card is time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Some of you are trying to change careers and you're really upset because it's not working, it's not coming to fruition. Well, that's because it's not time yet. There's a different puzzle piece that has to fall into play first. Then it will happen. And the last card is manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And what God, Jesus, and angels want you to know is embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. So for some of you that a job's not working, well, a job may not be working because you are first to come back into connection, into union with your twin, with her. Because maybe you're trying to get a job in an area where you're not going to be living. And in a job where you won't ultimately be happy. But when this puzzle piece falls into place, that'll fall into place. But you do have multiple miracles that are about to ensue. So, okay, divine feminine. Messages that your divine masculine wants you to know. First off, you have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So for some of you, you're just going to jump in guns a-blazing. You're like, okay, I get it, angels. All right, fine. I'm on board. I'm moving in the new direction. I'm letting it go. I'm not even holding on to who. Even though I've put in my request for him, I'm just enjoying life and moving forward. As you keep encouraging me to, I'm just going to do that. But then you're thinking, okay, I've been doing this for a week. Why hasn't he called me? Well, you haven't really truly let go. Just let go. Move in the new direction. It may take a month or two. You may not hear from him until Thanksgiving time. For some, it may not be till Christmas. But you don't worry about that. You just keep pressing forward and taking care of your life and tidying up your life and doing you. And wait for the miracles to happen. Because again, it's an energetic thing. You start pressing forward, not worrying about him or anything else, just doing you, moving forward in life, in all areas. Then guess what? He stops holding on what's not good for him and he starts moving forward in life. And then magic happens. It's not going to all happen within a couple days. Know that. It's okay. Take a breath. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So, for some of you, you have done a very good job at setting boundaries. But for some of you, you have not set boundaries with family members, and even some of you with some friends. So kind of like he keeps giving into these expectations, unreasonable expectations for some of this karmic partner or person that he's with. He doesn't want to. He's not happy about it. He's kind of bitter and angry about it. But he keeps doing it just to not upset the apple cart, not to upset her, just to make her happy, even though he's miserable. remember, you have telepathic communications. He knows what you're going through. So some of you, you keep giving in to family members and or friends. You keep doing these things because they're guilting you into doing them. They're making you feel like you're obligated. You have to do something. Just like he's constantly feeling obligated. He has to do this for her or whatever. He knows that you're feeling guilty and doing things you don't want to do. Stop doing that. Remember, you're the queen. You know, just because you have boundaries doesn't mean you don't love your friends and your family. It just means you love yourself enough to say kindly, no, I can't do that. And also be able to do so without having to also explain yourself. So, because for a number of you, you keep doing things that are really, really upsetting you because you feel guilt and you're feeling as though you have to. He wants to encourage you to remember, you're the queen. You don't have to do that. Please stop. Next card. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. You know that one karmic cycle they were talking about with the yin yang, about how there is a cycle from the past between the two of you, of breaking that cycle of the waiting? Because for many of you, your past life or past couple lives with your twin, you were in a state of waiting for him. You were putting your entire life on hold for him. You have carried that into this lifetime. You need to break that cycle. You will break that cycle when you start to remember your worth and just move forward. Totally irrelevant of how he's going to play with that, when he's going to come, if he's going to come. Don't worry about any of that, because you have to break that cycle. I am no longer putting my life on hold for him. Period. It's not saying you don't love him, but you are not putting your life on hold for him anymore. You have to break that cycle. But he loves you. Secret admirers. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And he loves you. A message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So although it is fearful and is hard for you to move forward without him, because again, you have to move forward without him. No expectations. Do not hold on anymore. He does love you. Just let go and let God. It'll all work out. Now, what God, Jesus, and the angels want you to know is, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And again, keeps coming back to that card. Just follow your intuition. Because for many of you, you've been encouraged to take this leap of faith, to take this step for a while, but you have resisted it out of fear of what if I do that? And this thing that I've wanted so much, I don't ever get. Well, you don't have it right now. You've been clinging to it for years. So why don't you try doing the opposite? Do the opposite. Do the about face. See how that works. Because when we're waiting for something and we're like, okay, he's going to come back, he's going to come back, he's going to come back, he's going to come. Well, guess what? We're stuck in a state of, oh, he's going to come back. We're never in the state of he's here. We stay stuck in a state of lack, wanting, longing for something. You don't need to be stuck in a state of wanting, longing for something. Put out your wishes, your dreams, your desires. Put out what you want to manifest. Don't be so specific. Don't put God in a box. But I would like to have physical union with him. But if you have something planned better or someone better planned for me, God, I am open to whatever you have, him or something better. But you know I would prefer him. But whatever, him or better. Don't put expectations. Because again, spoiler alert, he'll be coming back. But not until you do this. And like truly, genuinely do it. Because if you're like, okay, I'm going to do that for a week, Nicole, then I'm back to waiting, you still haven't fully let go and surrendered. You're still in that state of waiting. You haven't broken that cycle. And you'll still be waiting 2-3 months from now. So break the cycle. So then you can, 3 months from me, saying, oh my gosh, Nicole, we're celebrating our first Christmas together. I did it. I finally let go. Didn't worry if, when, how, if we're ever going to come back together. Put my wishes out and I just started doing me and moving forward. I started flirting. I started going on some dates. And guess what? He showed up. And then you can send me a message in February. Oh, guess what? We just went on vacation. We're engaged. Or you can continue to sit and wait and wait and wait. And in May next year, you can tell me, well, Nicole, I'm still waiting. The choice is yours. You ladies are the ones with the power. But this cycle has to end. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. It's going to be worth it. I know it sounds counterproductive, but it will be worth it. Know that you deserve to be and have all your heart truly desires. And the last card is only time will tell, because a lot of you want to know, well, when's it going to happen? When's it going to... They're not going to tell you that. They just need you to trust. Because again, it goes back to this card, just trust. Just trust. The seeds are planted. You just need to step back and just wait for it all to hatch and unfold. So, hopefully, that helps all of you. I do wish you all much love, joy, and blessings.